Hi, this is Nilgün Zahour from SM JUROR, and today we're going to be looking at the juror misconduct issues in the case of Calhoun versus State, which is out of Kansas. We're going to take a look at a couple of topics here. First, a juror's mental processes, including juror remorse or a change of heart. And second, in ineffective assistance of counsel claims, how an untimely juror misconduct claim cannot relate back to the date of the original motion, even if it enumerated other claims for ineffective assistance of counsel. Now, in this case, the defendant was convicted of aggravated kidnapping and criminal sodomy. A juror wrote the trial court a letter expressing remorse that she found the defendant guilty of criminal sodomy, expressing that half the jury thought he was guilty of all the sex crimes and half thought that he was not. Her letter explained why the jury decided to acquit the defendant on the rape charges, but how the verdict for criminal sodomy was entered, basically because the jury didn't want to be a hung jury and a juror had a planned vacation coming up. Ultimately, the juror said that she followed the law as provided by the jury instructions. Now, the defendant, based on that letter, moved for a new trial, but his motion was denied as the trial court indicated that it was prohibited from considering the juror's mental processes in reviewing the validity of a verdict. The court also noted that a juror's agreement to a verdict, followed by a change of heart or change of mind after entering the verdict, was not a basis for a new trial. The defendant was then sentenced to 330 months, followed by lifetime post-release supervision. He filed a pro se motion under Kansas statute 60-1507, which is the prisoner in custody statute, asking for relief from his sentence due to multiple trial errors and multiple grounds of ineffective assistance of counsel. Now, in that motion, he did not include any juror misconduct claim. After the state responded to his motion, the defendant was then appointed appellate counsel, who basically just reviewed his pro se motion. Later, the defendant moved to amend his motion to state that his appellate counsel was ineffective in not including a juror misconduct claim, and that it would be manifestly unjust if he weren't allowed to add the claim. Ultimately, looking at the Kansas statute 60-1507, the Kansas appellate court held that once the time limit ran out, the movant was not entitled to amend his motion to raise a new claim for ineffective assistance of counsel just because he already previously argued ineffective assistance of counsel claims. Thus, it said that Calhoun's broad statement could not meet the relation back test. He didn't have any law supporting his position, and he didn't specify what exceptional circumstances existed under the statute to allow the amendment. Now, there are a couple of things that I also want to point out here. First, pay attention to the fact patterns, because a juror's agreement to a verdict followed by a change of heart is not a basis for a new trial. And this is why it's so important that the jury be polled after the entry of a verdict. Here, the juror misconduct argument failed. And second, the amendment here was untimely, it was unsupported by the law, and it didn't specify facts demonstrating a manifest injustice or exceptional circumstances. And we also know that the juror misconduct claim here was not supported by the law. This concludes our analysis of the juror misconduct issues in this case. For more information about other juror misconduct cases, our CLE courses, and other updates, please click on the red button. And remember, don't let juror misconduct taint your next verdict. I'm Nilgün Zahour from SM JUROR. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.